Welcome to the sanctuary. I'm Kyle, and I'm sweating balls. It's hot in here, man. My AC's broken, so you might hear a fan going on with my usual Mellotron tones in the background. I want to welcome you to the Pleasure Den of the Absurd, because that's right, it's Monster Monday. Hey, all right, Monster Monday. Here we go. And I got a special treat. Well, I've got something special. A treat? I don't know, but here goes. Anyway, for this Monster Monday, I wanted to warn all of you about this film here, Assignment Terror. I do believe this was a West German and Spanish co-production from the late 60s, 1969. I mean, Scorpion Releasing put this out on a Blu-ray, and while it's all nice and fine and dandy and sparkling and all that, this movie is crap. Now, see this picture here? That's a colorized photo of, well, of a controversial monster mashup movie. Many of you may have seen it. Most of you probably remember it fondly. It's Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein from 1948. Okay? It's actually the second time. It's the second and last time that Bela Lugosi actually played Count Dracula on screen. Yes, that's right. He only played Count Dracula twice. But that's not the point. In the mid-1940s, Universal Pictures started pairing up their monsters, you know. The first teaming was Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, which was a sequel to 1941's The Wolfman, and also sort of a continuance of the story from The Ghost of Frankenstein. So they meet in the movie and they fight and all that stuff, and then the final entries of the sort of classic Universal Monster series ended in two classic monster mashup movies. The first one being House of Frankenstein, where you had the mad scientist, the hunchback assistant, the Frankenstein monster, the Wolfman, and Count Dracula, all together in one film. And then they followed that up with a film called The House of Dracula, and that starred the mad scientist. It had a hunchback nurse who was his assistant. She wasn't evil or malevolent in any way. And it, you know, the Wolfman came back, the Frankenstein monster came back, and Count Dracula came back, right? So 3 years after House of Dracula, they paired up the monsters with Abbott and Costello. And that was a great movie. It's very funny. And however, Lon Chaney Jr. Was interviewed one time, and I heard this on YouTube in a clip. I can't find it anymore. But he said that he did not like the tone of the monsters, you know, being put in a comedy film. He said that, you know, Abbott and Costello and comics like this and movies like this destroyed the characters of the monsters, where, you know, the monsters weren't just, you know, I mean, they turned into, you know, just strict killing machines and, you know, no sense of purpose or whatever. But he always looked at these characters as, you know, especially his character of Larry Talbot in The Wolfman, as being a tragic figure. This guy knew that this is why he wanted to die, you know, and rest in peace. Because he knew he would turn into the Wolfman and be killing people, and he didn't want to do it, you know. And he played that character, you know, to evoke sympathy and empathy from the viewer, you know. That's what he portrayed it as. And so he didn't like the fact that it went in that direction. That being said, everyone got a kick at seeing all the monsters together. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, just looking at that photo alone, you know, brings a smile to your face, you know. So that brings us back to this film here, from 1969. So the Wolfman character here was played by a famous actor named Paul Naschy, and he was sort of like the Lon Chaney Jr. of Europe. He played all of the classic characters, you know, Dracula, the Wolfman. I think he played the Mummy too. Count Dracula. He played the. I think he did the Frank. He may have done the Frankenstein's monster. But anyway, he developed all these characters for European cinema that, you know, if you were lucky, would be imported in select theaters in the United States. So anyway, he portrays the Wolfman character here, and this is actually the second film in which his Wolfman character appears. I can't remember now. It just slipped me what the English title of the first Wolfman movie he made was. I can't remember what it was. It's got Frankenstein in the title. Frankenstein's not even in it, you know. But I digress. So this movie here, the plot is very similar to Plan 9 from Outer Space. Actually, these aliens come down. They inhabit some bodies of some humans, and they're trying to, like, set the monsters of the world off to cause some sort of mayhem. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. I think they're trying to subjugate the human race or whatever, but I don't know. This movie, while it does have all the monsters in it, I mean, either they're just standing around or bumbling around, or it's talky and boring, and, you know, the editing is all over the place, and you know, at times, you know, like, hey, wow, this scene isn't too bad, this isn't too bad, and then you got all this shit going on, and this movie sucks, man. So stay away from it. And probably the high price tag of these boutique Blu-rays will keep you away, naturally keep you away, because who the fuck can pay prices for this crap? So stay away from it. Assignment Terror with Michael Rennie, Paul Naschy. One of the worst. Al Adamson's Dracula vs. Frankenstein is a much more enjoyable film than this thing. I mean, and you know what a piece of shit that movie is. Or at least that's fun to watch. This thing sucks. So, because of that, and because I haven't posted too many videos as of late, I decided to throw in a bonus movie that I do like. A little bit more recent. It's from the 80s. C.H.U.D. The name itself evokes a lot of jokes and everything like that, but overall, this is a pretty cool premise, and it's a pretty good movie, although the ending does bring certain questions to mind about what you just saw that cut away from those scenes, and then other things happen and the movie seems to resolve itself, but then you're like, hey, wait a minute, what happened to the C.H.U.D that was in the apartment that we just saw like 10 minutes ago, you know? So but like I say, these aren't documentaries that we're watching. We're just watching fun little films. Now this thing here, it says here, from the subterranean depths it crawls. Making its long-awaited debut on Blu-ray, director Douglas Cheek's cult 80s favorite, C.H.U.D is the ultimate underground movie experience. This is from Arrow Films. They put this out. It stars John Hurd and Daniel Stern, alongside an early appearance from John Goodman. It says here, in downtown Manhattan, a police captain's hunt for his missing wife uncovers a series of mysterious disappearances in the area. Extending his search into the tunnels and sewers below, it soon becomes clear that something monstrous lurks beneath the city streets, and it's not staying down there much longer. Another classic monster movie caused by corporate greed and breaking of the rules and storing of radioactive waste where it shouldn't be, and it's causing New York City's homeless population to turn into cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Yes, that's right. So John Hurd plays this well-regarded, world-renowned photographer, and he either once did a photo essay on the mole people, you know, like the homeless that live in the caverns in New York City, you know, the old subway tunnels that are, you know, deserted, which is a really cool premise. And so they get involved with that and the homeless people, and you know, these mutant creatures are arising, much like Horror Party Beach, which was last Monday's Monster Monday. I'll put a link in the video description for that so you can check it out as well. It's a good one. So it's kind of the same thing, you know. Whereas Assignment Terror there, this piece of shit, was very similar to Plan 9 from Outer Space. This is kind of similar to Horror Party Beach in the fact that, you know, radioactive waste is causing these mutations to go around kill people. But this one is fun. It's got a sense of dread. There's some gore. I think it's well done. You know, it's a fun little film. It'll get you through the night, and you know, it has its the appearance of some of the C.H.U.Ds might elicit maybe a snicker or a laugh, or like, oh gee, look at that, you know. But otherwise it's pretty good. So I wanted to because this one was such shit, I wanted to tell you about a good one. So you know where I stand now on these. And with that, I want to thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you like what you saw, well, let everybody know. You can do it anonymously. Click the like button. Give it a thumbs up if you really like what we do. And, if you haven't seen it already, like I mentioned before, check out last week's Monster Monday. Another film about radioactive waste causing mutations to kill. If you want to be notified that more videos like that are posted, well, you know, subscribe to the channel. Click all notifications. So when you're on the YouTube app, you'll see it in your feed. Hey, man, this guy's got a new video. And I'll be doing all kinds of stuff. You never know what's going to be coming, when it's going to be coming. So it's good to stay notified. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Whatever order you want to do it in is fine with me, so long as it gets done. Hey, have you seen any of these movies? Are you too despondent over the high prices of boutique Blu-rays that give you barely any extras? I mean, here's the other thing too. You know, this thing comes with a slipcase. I don't really give a fuck about slipcases, you know. Alright, yeah, it makes it nice to load up or whatever, but, you know, it's just, whatever. It's just an added accessory. It's not worth, you know, I mean, if you wanted to tack on to the price of the Blu-ray just because it's got a cardboard fucking slip on it, well, you know, 2 cents would have been nice, but, you know. Modern greed and capitalism destroying everything. I don't know. Maybe we don't have to watch these movies anymore for such things to be abound. But again, I want to thank you for watching. And please visit me again here in the Pleasure Den of the absurd. This movie sucks.